Hey cutie. Welcome back or welcome to my channel if you're new. My name is Laura. Hi, hello, welcome. It's time for the first update in my year-long project pan. This is my 10 item rolling style, which means we're like bringing things in and out as I finish goals. Project pan, and I am trying to finish all 10 of these items in some capacity this year. I'm super excited about this. I am no stranger to project panning. So this year I am trying to finish all of the items within my rolling 10 project pan. And I have some pretty long haul items. I have items that I thought would take me longer than they did because I do have some rollouts to share today. I'm super excited about that. And there's some items that I thought would go a lot faster that are definitely taking a lot more time than I initially thought they would. If you like project pan videos, using up your makeup, low buy, if that kind of thing is your kind of thing, I'd love it if you subscribe to the channel so you can be a cutie too. I'll just kick things off with how my list is set up. It's kind of in an order of application. Starting things off with the primer I've been panning so far this year. This is the NYX Marsh Mellow primer. This is such a great primer. I really like this primer actually. It's a nice pore filling primer. I don't think it's the best for like my in-office days just because I like more of a grippy tacky primer for my super long wear 9-hour, 10-hour work days. So I have been liking this more when I'm working either from home or filming like I am today, or if I'm like going out to like a concert or like out to dinner. Like this is like kind of the primer that I've just been focusing on other than the one that I'm wearing to work. So this is really nice. So far I have used this 9 times within the past month. Not a ton of times. This is how much I used of that product. So we were started at that bottom line, and since this is an airless pump, the product goes upwards. So we were at that bottom line to start, and now we've made a tiny bit of progress so far this month. Not a ton. I actually feel like I've made more progress in this than what it shows. So it was a little bit discouraging today when I marked this and saw just how little amount of product has really traveled in this. But I do enjoy this primer. It is not a chore to reach for, and I will continue to enjoy this. So I just need to maybe focus on this more, wear this to the office more than the other one I am currently like fluctuating my time with. The next product is this here. This is the Nude Sticks Nudies Bloom in the shade Cherry Blossom Babe. I have 3. These are like mini cheek products. I think they're cheek and lip, all over face, dewy color. So I have 3 of these, and I have just decided to kind of work on one at a time throughout this year. And this is the cooler toned, so I thought it would be best for winter, spring. And I will have a clip of what this looked like when we rolled it in. And this is how much product is left in. And this is how much product is left in that Nude Sticks Nudie Bloom Cherry Blossom Babe. There is so little product left in here. If I had focused just a little bit more of my time on this, I definitely could have finished this by this update. However, I've really been enjoying this, so it hasn't been a chore to reach for at all. And I really do want to just continue to enjoy this product. This is something I wear to the office when I go because the next product we're going to talk about is a foundation, and I don't wear that when I go to the office. So I kind of fluctuate the products based on where I'm going to go. So this is going to be this is my office cheek color. I really enjoy this. It looks so pretty. I really do enjoy this product a lot. I think what I'm going to do when I get to the bottom and I reach the plastic part, I will probably scoop the product out, but not focus on it yet. I will likely put that in it. I've like been planning on exactly this. I've been planning on finishing what I can in these, scooping all of the product out of all 3 of them, mixing them all together, and then just finishing the rest of them like at the end of the year. I actually really enjoy the Nude Sticks Nudie Bloom cheek formula. I think this is a really nice cream blush. The next product we're going to talk about is the foundation I am panning in this project. And I brought in this Franken foundation. This is an old airless pump that I had a primer in from a couple years ago that I've just been repurposing with like other Franken products. So when we rolled it in, we were at that black line at the bottom because this is an airless pump. And now we were at that black line to the top next to that big star. So you can see how much progress I've made in this already. I am so excited about that. I have used this 10 times in the past month, today being one of them. I did put quite a bit on just because I like a little bit more coverage when I'm filming, at least. Not in my day-to-day, but when I'm filming, I like a little coverage. This is not my favorite foundation, which is why it's a Franken. So the Clinique, there's two different products in here. There is a Clinique Even Better foundation and the Too Faced Born This Way Ethereal Light Concealer. The Clinique foundation was too dark. The Too Faced concealer was too light. I mixed them together and I made a pretty decent shade match for myself for this time of year. So I'm really trying to get my focus in on this before I start. It's already starting to get sunny again and it's cold, but once it starts sunny, I feel like my life has opened up and I want to be outside more. So I take the dog out for adventures quite often once the sun starts coming out, and I gain color relatively quickly. I definitely have a time limit on when and how this is going to look the best on my skin. This is definitely a priority product for me in this project. I really want to set the focus to get this out before the end of April. Then I have my highlighter product in here, and I feel like this, I feel like I've totally goofed and shouldn't have put this in, but I really want to focus on this, and I don't know if this is something that I'm going to keep in like long term or if I might refresh this out in like the next couple months with the idea to bring it back in the future, because this might not fit my skin tone that much longer. And that is this highlight that I'm not going to show you yet. And this is what it looks like today. I don't know if there's going to be much difference in the pan, if I'm being really honest. I have really been focusing on the areas on the edges where there's a little bit like a double layer of product, because I know when I mentioned when I rolled this in or at the introduction that I had dropped this in like a top layer, must have had an air bubble and then shattered off. So I feel like there is a top layer-ish that was pressed better and then the bottom layer. So I'm just trying to get as much use out of this as possible. I want to try to finish this up at some point this year. I have used this 18 times in the past month though, like a ton of use in this, but I've only used 0.1 gram of product. After that, a loose product, it rolls in next, and I have some BareMinerals products in next because they are some of my older products, like the oldest products in my collection. And technically they're two eyeshadows. One I have moved into my bronzer category and one is still my eyeshadow. So the eyeshadow that moved into my bronzer category is this one here. Has a sticker. I've been trying to pan this for like 6 years. That's kind of embarrassing. Like I've had my sights set on this for 6 years and still haven't done much with it. This is a loose eyeshadow in the shade Velvet Taupe. It is a contour-y kind of bronzer, a cool-toned bronzer shade, and I really want to finish this. I wear this every single time I do my makeup. I put it as my contour. I feel like at the office sometimes I have some real chiseled cheeks, but I really do like this in the purpose that I use it, and I don't want to stop. It's really nice, and it lets me use my warmer toned cream bronzers, and then I can put this kind of just to hollow out the cheeks just a little bit. A little goes a long way, and I feel like I pick up quite a bit of product every time I use this. I use more as a cheek product than I would as an eyeshadow. So I pick up more product than I think I would normally as an eyeshadow, and I just made so little progress with this. I have used this 16 times over the past month, and I have used 0.2 grams of product in this. It's extremely hard to show how much the usage is in this, but let's see. I don't know if you'll be able to tell. The product is a little over half. So I have a decent way to go in this. After that, the other BareMinerals product I have in here is this loose eyeshadow. This is a dark brown eyeshadow. I wear this almost every single time I do my eyeshadow. I just put a little bit on the like upper lash line. Today I actually have a decent amount of it very much in the outer corner of my look today. Again, this is the shade Spiced Big. It is a loose eyeshadow by BareMinerals. I had such success panning a loose dark brown eyeshadow in my end of year project pan that lasted either 3 or 4 months with roughly the same amount of product in it. And I feel like I made a ton of progress and was able to finish a loose eyeshadow at the end of last year. I should be able to finish this before summer this year. That's kind of my goal. I'm really making a concerted effort to try to finish my oldest products in my collection, which are by far these BareMinerals loose eyeshadows. I have sample pots, which are these ones, and then I have like the real deal pots, which are those kind. These take forever, and there is so much less product in these than like the full size. So I'm just trying to whittle my collection away little by little, and this dark brown is a great way to start because I can use it in every single look. My camera is overheating, so I want to show you this fast where we are before it turns off, and I need to take a break. Not a ton of product in there though, like very, very small amount of product left, but because this takes forever to use, you only need a little bit. This is going to take, I feel like, at least through May. I would say if I get this done by June, I will be really, really excited about it. The weight has not changed, but that doesn't surprise me because the weight change in the last one I panned actually didn't change with a very similar amount of product in there. So I think all of the weight in this product is the packaging. After that, I rolled in my oldest gloss into this project to get some use on. Not my favorite gloss in my collection, I'm not gonna lie, but I am really actively trying to pan this, and I'm getting really close to it, I think. So that is the NYX Butter Gloss in the shade Fortune Cookie. I don't know if you'll be able to tell, honestly, but there is discoloration, and I think what that is actually where the product is settling, versus this like chunk up here is a little bit darker, and I think that's because that's used and like no product is in there anymore. I could totally be wrong, and that could just mean that this is old and I need to get rid of it, because this is old and I really do need to get rid of it. But there is a part of me that cannot just toss this. I like must use it and must try to finish it. It's not a bad gloss by any means, it's just not my favorite gloss. But I will say, the more I've been using the NYX Butter Gloss, the more I appreciate the fact that it's like lightly, it's not opaque necessarily, but it does give you color. Like it does change the color of the products you're wearing. So, and it does lighten up a look that might be a little bit deeper. So I do actually really, really appreciate this lip product for that. Now, is it a favorite? Would I repurchase it? Maybe if I find myself really needing a color like this to like cool down other tones. But I have a decent size gloss collection anymore, and I really don't foresee this being, I mean, never say never, especially because I'm trying to be much more fiscally responsible this year. I just decided to roll my oldest fragrance because I had already been trying to actively work on this throughout the past couple months. That is my Burberry Brit fragrance. This is the Eau de Toilette. No, I'm sorry. This is the Eau de Parfum. This is the 3.4 fluid ounce. Like this is the larger side, one of the larger sides. I don't know if they come larger, quite honestly. I bought this so long ago. An unbelievably long time ago. I bought this before Josh and I started dating, and we've been married for almost 5 years now, so kind of barf. This is a fragrance that my sister actually had, and then I loved it so much that I bought myself one. I really like this. Josh likes this one on me. I like this one on me. However, I do find this one more of like a winter nighttime kind of scent. However, because this is so old, it doesn't linger that much. So I can spray one spray on me, go to the office. I feel like I can still kind of smell it on me at the office. Not a lot, but it like dissipates and is like a nice everyday scent. And then when I get home, I'll put like a spray or two more on just so I can smell it throughout the day. I was at that top black line, and now I am down at that bottom black line. I definitely made a lot less progress in this product than I thought I was going to. I thought I was going to fly through this, to be quite honest, because the scent does dissipate pretty quickly. So I reapply it pretty often throughout the day if I'm home. If I'm home, I am reapplying this every like 3 hours because it's just the boys in me. So why not? So I try to reapply this relatively often, but it's just a slow mover. And I think it's just because there's so much product in here. But I mean, it's not like it goes all the way to the bottom. There's like a gap. But I still have a decent amount left. And if I'm really tracking for like how much product is in here, I think that this is going to take up until like June, July also. But as we get into the summer months, the spring and summer months, I'm going to reach for this a lot less often because this is definitely more of a winter fragrance in my opinion, or like, again, nighttime. So I don't know. This is going to be something that I'm going to keep in here and I'm going to keep on keeping on, but I don't know how much progress I'm going to be making in this pretty soon. Now, drum roll, my 2 items that I'm rolling out of this project. I did not expect 2 items to roll out of this project already, but I did it. I freaking did it. So the first item I finished was this guy. This little tiny eyeliner from Urban Decay, and I'm kind of embarrassed with how many uses I got in this. So what happened is I have been kind of focusing on some of these items in January to see if I wanted to commit my time to them, and I did. And so leading up to my project pan, I had been really focusing on this. You guys saw quite a decent amount of shorts using this eyeliner as a base and such. And I finished it in this project after 1 tracked use. So I'm actually very embarrassed that happened, but I mean, I finished it and I'm happy about it. So I didn't know that was going to take 1 use. I thought it had at least 5 uses in here, but nope, 1 use and done. So that's exciting. Then, man, I feel like my camera's about to die and I'm sorry if this cuts out, but the last product in this project pan, another empty. I am shocked about this one. I'll roll the clip of it right now of what this looked like before. And this is it. I did actually clean the pan out because it was stained with just like the remnants of like powder that was stuck to it. It happens if you've panned powder products before. But I finished this. I am so shocked that I finished this. I actually really did enjoy this, but it was slightly not the right tone for me. I always looked a little off when I would wear this, and I wore it a lot to the office, just not caring. I was like, whatever, it doesn't matter. So I powered through and I finished this up, and I'm really happy about it. Ulta maybe reformulated. They've repackaged, so I kind of assume they reformulated a lot of their things. But you can get this. I don't know if I will get this. I have a lot of pressed powder products to get through in my collection. To take those 2 items place, oh my gosh, where did it just go? I literally just had it. Where are you? It totally off the wall. I don't know if I should be putting this in, but we're gonna try. And the first item to take over my eyeliner spot is another eyeliner I am very much actively trying to pan. Why not give myself credit in this project? The LA Girls Shockwave liner in the shade Fresh. This is my favorite eyeliner of all time. I love these 2 colors, and like, can we tell I love like a pastel theme? I'm a 90s girl. I loved the pastels. This might be my oldest liner in my collection at this point. All my LA Girls are old, but this is the oldest. This is the one that made me fall in love with all of my LA Girl ones. So it's time for this one to shine. I use this with my Pan That palette almost every time I go to the office. This is my staple favorite everyday eyeliner, and I will buy another when this is out. I am starting this eyeliner with 3.6 grams of product, and I am so happy about this. Then the last item I'm rolling into this project is a little bit of like a wild card product. It's not something that would replace my powder. It is a powder product. And I don't know if this is a really stupid idea because I am doing a Pan That palette and I'm doing Pan those eyeshadows, but I really want to focus on this shadow. It's something that I really wanted to finish last year and I didn't in my Pan That palette, and I really want to set my focus on it because there's not that much product left in this. It comes from my Colourpop Sailor Moon Pretty Guardian palette. I am not focusing on the whole thing. However, I will show you the palette just because I feel like it's very impressive where I've gotten this palette to. So what I want to do in this palette is I'm actually going to take my shade out and I will show you in a second. The goal that I have is on this single eyeshadow here. This is the shade Luna from the Pretty Guardian palette. This is such a small amount of product left in here. I had repressed this in my Pan That palette last year with the hopes that I would get more progress and attempt to finish this in 2024. I did not meet that goal, unfortunately, but there is so little product in here, and I love this kind of eyeshadow, and I think this would go really well with my Pan That palette. My goal with this is to finish it. I feel like the items I'm rolling in are very challenging. The items that are in here are very challenging as well. But for the next update, what I think I want to do is I want to finish, I think I can finish this Nude Sticks Nudie Bloom. I think I can do that. And I honestly think maybe if I put enough hard work into it, I could finish or get to the point where I consider finished the NYX Butter Gloss. So these are probably going to be my biggest focus for the next project. So my camera just overheated and I quite honestly don't feel like doing the whole shebang again to wrap this video up. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you're staying healthy, sane, and safe, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye!